What is up, Party Rental people? My name is Justin from Party Rental Knowledge, and I have my buddy here today, Tariq from Event Hawk. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, what's up, guys?
So, if you don't know, Tariq is the owner of Event Hawk. He does event marketing for event rental companies. He's a marketing company, SEO, Google Ads, funnels. Just there's a lot of stuff he's doing now. What else you got? What else you got on the list now? It's
Pretty
probably
much
bigger than I am.
all in one-stop shop, a little bit of everything.
They got the most reviews out of any party rental company or marketing company in the industry. He gets my money, but it's wild though too because I think I spent my yearly fee. I got that back literally in the first week by just buying units from Leisure, and I'm getting like saving more than what it cost me for Event Hawk. Besides, when I started getting it going up and running, I actually like the time that I saved and the amount of money I was getting, it's ridiculous. Funnels is the way to go. And the advancement that we have coming out this year is just about to get ridiculous. So I'm excited for the amount of I don't know what I'm going to do with all the free time. I'm just going to end up doing more marketing and more sales.
Well, we have unique jumpers. Going to be our first one of the year, and we have a deal coming out with Corona Bounce as well. So unique jumpers. Boris has been on me. I've just been kind of delays on my end, but he's going to be giving another deal for all Event Hawk members to get a special pricing. So I may buy.
Yeah, I love you take what I'm doing. Like if you guys don't know, I have a newsletter right here. If you text this phone number, you'll receive it. Every month I text out this phone. It's basically a website. On that website, it's just a bunch of links, and it goes out to all these different companies, and all these companies to you because they're trying to get towards you. So if you have Event Hawk, you end up getting even better deals and exclusive deals because me and Tariq are cahoots in that end too. So like if you're an Event Hawk, we always save the juicy stuff for the Event Hawk members. So it's like that's what I like about it. So you're still giving like you can get the deals from me every month by signing up, but then you get like if you're an Event Hawk member, like you can get even crazier access to some of this stuff. Like it's even like another tier if you say. But yeah, I think it's crazy that like the amount of marketing you do for and to the industry is great. Like I come up with ideas for my business just the way how you market to people with your business. It's actually crazy. And then you have your own party rental company too, so it's not like you don't know what you're talking about either.
I'm selling. It's always for sale. If anybody wants a very profitable, up and running Chicago party rental company, come grab it. It's yours.
I feel like everybody's always selling for the right price. Like I wouldn't probably sell my company, but if you offer me the right price and I don't have to sign a non-compete, I'd probably do it. A statewide non-compete. I'd sign a statewide, just move out of state and go to Florida.
I'll sign a non-compete. Take it
Start,
all.
start moseying on Gina's turf. But yeah, no, it's crazy. So you've been doing all these like you've been doing what I wish like I had the time and energy and like you take your whole company and you go dive deep on like a subject, all marketing related, usually for party rentals. Like I wish I had like the cojones to go ahead and do like an SEO video. You know what I mean? But not only did you do an SEO course for party rentals, but you did it very well. So I think that's, you know what I mean? The training videos that you're doing, they're not, like you said in the beginning of all the videos, they're not meant to be a complete guide and a complete training like thing, but it's an actual really, really good head start for a lot of people that are just like I'm sitting here educating all these people, but there's a lot of things that I don't know about business. I know about bounce houses. I can roll a bounce house, my eyes closed. But when it comes to marketing and pixels on Facebook for your website, you know what I mean? Like Facebook pixels and retargeting ads and SEO optimization for Google and like there's some things that I'm still learning, and then once I like start, okay, I could easily sit here and tell everybody watching, go get your Google My Business. It's very important. Like things like that, I could say because it's blatantly known, but I'm not going to go into the nuances unless I know it's 100% true. Like one of the biggest mistakes people do with their Google My Business is they set up the wrong category for what they're doing. Like, so if you're most people are party rental equipment services, but sometimes they'll have it as like party planner or something like that as their main category. Those are good secondary categories, but if you have that as your main category, then it skews your search results on Google.
Right.
So like I know that is a fact, so I have no problem coming out here and saying it. But that's what I like about listening to you. I learn so much from your streams. I watch it weekly too, man. So
honestly, I know that as small business owners, we spend all of our money, our life savings, and our time. Most importantly, we put everything into this business. We give it our all. We have this one shot, we put it all into it. And then it's scary when you have to spend money on marketing or you have to hire somebody to help you. And it's not that we're cheap. It's that we're very cautious with where you put our money because we work really, really hard for our money. The way I think about it, you have two choices. Either you go and you waste all your money and Google and Facebook rob you and you get robbed because you don't know what you're doing, or somebody like me can come along and at least point you in the right direction. I love what I do. I love talking about marketing. So honestly, if I'm not doing webinars, if I'm not talking to you guys, I'm talking to my wife, and I'll probably get a divorce because she can only hear so much about SEO and Google Ads. She's like, just shut up, man. So I enjoy talking about it. I love the knowledge. I learned it from my own Party Rental company, and then I share it with you guys. And again, there's no way for me to teach you everything, and it just wouldn't. There's too much to go through in a 1 hour video. But at least if you follow my teachings, at least you won't get robbed. At least you'll do okay. You won't do bad.
You know how to say, at least you won't get robbed.
Honestly, that's what it is. People come to me all the time and like, Tariq, I've been running my own Google Ads. Why don't you give me an audit? Why don't you tell me how I'm doing? And I look and they're paying $3 a click for Google Ads. And I'm like, most of my customers pay, the companies that I manage their ads, they're paying 80, 90 cents a click. So, instead of you paying Google all that money, you could be paying me and still saving, right? Or a lot of people just watch. Sometimes I'll do audits. I'll be like, man, you did this yourself? This is really good, actually. It's not bad. They're like, oh yeah, I should have told you. I watched your video. They're like, there you go. That's what it is. So that's that. Honestly, that gives me a lot of pride, and it's crazy. People tell me that I'm dumb for giving out all this free knowledge. They're like, dude, why would you give this free knowledge if you could just be charging for it? And I tell them, my ideal customer is somebody who understands marketing, because somebody who doesn't understand marketing, every other day they're like, Tariq, what did you do? Tariq, how come I'm not getting calls? Tariq, how come I'm not getting sales? Tariq, what can I do this? When you understand it, it's two things. You actually see the value in what I'm doing. And the second thing is you can help me, because there are things that only you can do as a business owner. Like, for example, Google My Business, posting those pictures, there's a lot of things that if we work together, if you understand the process, if you watch if you watch the crash courses, you'll at least have that basic knowledge and we can help each other out. So that's pretty much, that's my love. And the last webinar that I did last week, not this week, I did some website audits, and people were just like, man, there's so many people that wanted me to go over their website and tell them what I thought was wrong. So I said, you know what? I'm going to try to start this tradition, this Website Wednesdays tradition. So let's see if we can, let's see how that goes today. So today, that's what we'll be doing, a little bit of that. We'll go through some websites, and thank you, Justin, for giving me the platform for the first Website Wednesday, and then I'll spread my wings after this and do it on my own.
I like it. I didn't want you to muscle in on my Wednesday turf. I'm trying to go it too. So having the first one, I was watching your stream yesterday. I'm like, what's going on? Wait a minute, he's doing Website Wednesdays?
I'm not gonna lie. When you messaged me, I totally forgot. You're like, what time are you doing? I'm like, oh man, it's Wednesday. I said I would do this. I'm like, all right, I gotta do it. Then you're like, let's do it together. And I'm like, yeah, that's better, man, because I'm not even prepared. Justin's already ready. So yeah,
we got a little bit of an audience here. We got a little bit of a Wednesday following here. So let's go into. You want to pull up somebody's website? Don't pull mine up. Mine's not ready.
So you're in control. I don't see any of the comments. You pull a website. I'll share my screen. And
just share your screen. I got it ready for you right here. Let me take this banner off here.
Let's go ahead and. So I don't use StreamYard very often. I'm going to share my screen. You let me know if I'm doing it right.
No, you had it right on there. You just had to put your screen up.
Well, I guess I use the same screen that we're on right now.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Cool. So, are you seeing my screen right now?
Yeah, I can see your screen.
All right. Perfect.
All right, cool.
I'm ready.
We are ready. Let
So,
me know too in the comments if you guys have any questions too. We can ask your any questions. It doesn't have to be just about websites. If you have a website that you guys want us to look at right now, we're more than happy to check that out.
yep. This is the thumbnail I was going to use for today. So you guys tell me what you want.
This is going to be the new. Yeah, give some feedback on this thumbnail. I think it's killer.
I wasn't sure if some people were going to be upset. You know, I'm not trying to destroy your dreams, but honestly, my biggest thing is we run our entire business based on opinion. You know, we say, oh, I'm going to do this and it's going to work great, and we do the same thing for a few years. We don't really know if it's working or not. We think it's working. So I do everything data. I'm a data guy. I'm a numbers guy. I look at the data, and then I'm able to. I can tell you based on the data, based on what I know, what works and what doesn't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about not just SEO. We're going to talk about mainly conversion. Mainly, is your website good at getting people to open their wallets?
Or if we see some just straight dumb stuff you're doing too, we're going to point it out.
All right. So
listen, we'll pull up my website at the end and I'll show you. Like will call me out on it. But my new website from BCN is going to be out soon, and I've been working very due diligently at this to make sure that it won't happen. You got that? BounceItAgain.com?
I got it. We're here.
Awesome.
Excited to see you. Hey, I showed off my website last week, so yeah, no shame. So here's how I like to do this, guys. We'll do as many as we can within the next 45 minutes, you know, this hour, and I'll try to do this again next week. So the way that I like to do this is I like to come in as if I'm a customer, okay? And from what I know about customers, from what I know about conversions, I'm going to go in. So I'm going to refresh this page again here, and I'm going to come in here, and right off the bat, I see this really cool banner. It says click here, and then I see the Event Hawk pop-up. Now, I'm not ashamed to tell people the first thing people do when they see the pop-up is they usually click the X, right? Like, okay, get out of here. Because it's their first exposure to it. They have to see it a couple times before they do something with it. All right. So now I'm here. I typed in the most common search term is bounce house rentals. So I typed in bounce house rentals and I come to your website and I see bounce houses right here. And that's good because a lot of us will have, you know, moonwalks or inflatables, or, you know, you want to match the search term that they typed in to come to your website to one of these. It just has to be right in front of them. So I click on bounce houses here, and that's what I'm looking for. And I see all this text. I would say the text is good to be lower, a lot of text at the top. And I see the pop-up again, right? So now I see the pop-up. This pop-up now is going to get a little more attractive as I start to see some of your prices. And I see that you have a flash sale here. All right. So I see your inflatables. I'm looking at this here. I like that you have your bounce houses and your combos in the same category, because like we always say, customers don't type in the word combos. They don't know what a combo is. A lot of us will put the combos separate from the bounce houses. You do want to have them combined so that customers can see it all together. Otherwise, they may think you don't have combos. One note here, it is a lot cleaner if you can have all the images about the same size and with white background. So I'll show you, an example here. So this versus this, right? All of these inflatables are about the same size. The pictures are about the same size. White backgrounds. It looks a lot cleaner, right? Versus.
I also do like the look of this. If you can do a background that doesn't take this is all custom stuff. If it doesn't take away from the design or what you're trying to promote, I'm okay with other different backgrounds. Like I don't have clear backgrounds for my BCN site, but it looks like it's the same thing for everyone. It's like a field with blue clouds in the background, and it's just basic with high quality images in front, so it's all you're really looking at. And then on desktop, the clouds may move.
So if you have one image, like if you open up this image here, yep, you can have other pictures that have different backgrounds, right? But when you have all these different images, it just makes it look kind of clunky when you have different image sizes. Like this one's small, this one's big, this one has a background, this one doesn't. because you want it all to be kind of uniform, right? Because they're all on the same page. Maybe if they all have the same background, that's one thing.
I also think people should be putting it in Canva too. Put it in Canva when you're taking those backgrounds off. I saw your video how you're showing the background clear, but also when you're doing that, you're going to want to make sure that all of them go into the same size, that you're uploading the same size images, so that they're not like, if you like, they're both these the Princess Bounce House and that green bounce house, they're both clear backgrounds, but what the hell is going on with this pink one? It's like,
yeah, it just doesn't make it doesn't. I mean, you spend a lot of time and money on your business. Something like this makes it look like you're not. It's just like it's off. Like this is not as professional. You have your names. You should at least have the first letter capital. Everything's lowercase. It just looks like, like some of them, there's no uniformity. You want to have all these, like this is dolphin is capitalized, but multicolored is not. Green is not. So you want
to capitalize the first. I always, for titles and names, I like to capitalize the first letter for every single one. But then in your descriptions, because it is the name of the item, you can literally capitalize them when you're writing your descriptions and stuff too, because then Google will read it as you're talking about the item, because that's its name, because names and titles get capitalized.
Yep. And for those of you guys who aren't sure how to clear the backgrounds, I'm gonna do this one real quick, and I don't know if I can send it to you. I'm gonna click here, save image. This is a really nice one. I actually just got this one delivered from Easy, same one. I haven't opened it yet, but I'm gonna go to Canva. All right, and this is exactly how I do this. And I go create design, and I go to Instagram post because it's a square. And check this out. I mean, just less than 60 seconds is going to take me to do this. I'm going to set it here. I'm going to have it fill up, kind of be a little bit bigger. Edit image, remove background.
Another thing you didn't mention in that video too is you can do this on mobile and on desktop. But if you want, like, say you have something going on, you exited out of it already. But say you got something that didn't fully crop out, like you got something in the way. There's an eraser tool on desktop, so you can actually go in there and erase it or fix it.
Yep, I don't do much with mobile, but I have this image saved on my computer. Reach out to me on Facebook. If whoever bounce it again, I'll send this to you. And again, see, like this is good. So you have the main image can be white with white background, but then you should have other images with regular backgrounds. But it helps when you have all of those images uniform. It just looks cleaner. So, that's just one aspect of it. But let's talk about converting. So I come here and I get to this page. There's, you really, you have this description. Again, you want uniformity, but this is where most websites make a mistake. I only have one option here, add to cart. If I'm not ready to add to cart, then I'm going to leave, right? And again, most people come to your website. They're not ready to book right now. They want to get some information. And if your only option is add to cart, they're going to leave. And that's where that pop-up comes in really handy, because now that they're on this page, they've seen the pop-up a few times. And I don't know if it's going to pop up again here, or if you have a program to pop up again.
I have mine programmed where it doesn't pop up on the program on these pages, but it's because people hate that they're going through the whole website and it just keeps popping up.
Yep.
So I think maybe would be a nice test would be to have the pop-up that I'm using now, because that's converting nicely on my homepage, but maybe a different pop-up to pop up on the rest of my website or something like that says something different, so it maybe catches them a different way.
Yeah, that could work. But what you'll find is people will start looking for that pop-up when they see that it's add to cart. They want another call to action here. And that's why I like BCN. BCN is really good because they have add to cart or book now, and then they also have check availability. So they have a second option versus this. You only have just the one option. And you're kind of like, you're cornering me into clicking. I'm not ready to add to cart, and you just lost me. So at least if you have that pop-up, you give me another option, which is, click here, and you tell me what am I. More people are going to click here versus add to cart. So I click here, and I give you you say, enter your info to view our current specials. I'm curious now. Is this special going to be $5 off or $50 off? I'm going to give you my information to see what the special is, and then I'm going to continue shopping. And then 5 minutes later, Event Hawk texts them, and then they have a conversation with you, and they'll ask those questions like, "Hey, I really like your construction zone bounce house. How big is it?" And you're like, "You idiot! It's right there. The size is there." But these customers, they don't read. They're busy. They're not stupid. they're just distracted. So if you take the time to answer their questions via text, they're going to be a lot more likely to book because they feel comfortable with you. So you're doing good. I mean, overall, the website is pretty good.
Another thing I'll mention too, you can also flip images around too in Canva.
Yep.
So that skid steer at the bottom there, if you want to plug it into Canva, you can always just flip it sideways.
This, or just flip them around like this.
That's what I'm saying. His is sideways,
yeah.
So you can turn it upside down, orient it the right way if you need to.
So overall, I mean, this is a pretty good site. My biggest thing would be to just, with those images, just kind of clean them up, make sure that the names are just look. And then this text here. Now let's switch over to mobile and see what this looks like. Just so
we didn't even go into mobile yet.
Yeah,
very good point. And if people, you don't realize, most people are going to be looking at on mobile anyways. Like I would say more than half the people are going to be on mobile rather than desktop.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I mean, look how far they have to scroll past all this text. And I know why you put this text there, because it's important. You want them to read this stuff. Guess what? They're not going to read it. They're going to do exactly what I'm doing. They're going to scroll down and they're looking for this stuff. So
and see what looks pretty. And if it doesn't, then it's like,
exactly. Here. They're looking for something to catch their attention. So overall, not a bad site.
And then once you get all your pictures and videos or pictures done, like in all the same size, maybe you want to get some video too. But
yep,
I'm a video nerd, and I'm obviously gonna bring it up.
now I will say, people are like, Tariq, this is paid. This is not free. Man, pay the $10 to get this.
Worth it.
I wish I had an affiliate link, but I don't. Pay $10.
I was about to drop a video with an affiliate link when you did that video, and I was like, this guy. I'm like, all right, whatever. I'll wait for a little bit later.
I mean, honestly, that's not why I do it, but you know what?
I know.
You pay $10 to get Canva. It's $10 a month or $12, something like that. Do it for 1 month. Fix all your images, and you know what? If you had to pay somebody to do all this for you, it costs a lot more than $10.
You can get Canva for free for the first month, for a first month trial, and you can get all your images done, so you don't even have to pay them.
Yeah, there you go. I forgot about that. Yeah, go ahead and do that. Get them, and again, you just want to put them all in the same thing so that they're all the same size. Right?
Yes. And you can go, if you go into the corners too, you can show them. I'll take my banner off for a second so you can show them. Look, if you see how it says resize right there, you literally can type in the exact same size. So BCN tells me the exact size that they want for their photos, and I can go right in there and put it. But then, Aftab's great, dude. So he'll be like, I want a banner. Can you make, if you can do something or put an image in this size, or and he don't play around either. Like straight up tell me like, this isn't that good quality. You could do better. I'm just going to go out and say it, that I was with ERS for 2 years, and I was not pushed. I was left behind for a year. I was given a live site that had no booking and had no reason to being live or being turned live. And I was pushed to be going live when my site was no near ready to be going live, where a BCN, like if I don't tag something right or something doesn't work, it literally pops up in red saying error, like, this isn't working or this won't work here, or something like that. Like I absolutely love that. Like that this isn't duplicated right, this isn't set up, and it'll literally say that right in the homepage. So I know that, like, even if I were to go sit and spend 10 hours, which I have been, and work on my website, and then I go back later, the notes are still there of what I still have to do on every single product. Like it's amazing.
That's great. Yeah, no, those things are important, especially when you're doing it all on your own. It's good. Real quick about these pictures, when we do when I was working at the hospital and we did X-rays, this is just coming to mind. We had to crop out the X-rays. If there was anything around, they literally said that these radiologists are looking at these X-rays all day, and studies have shown that if there's something in the background of the X-ray, or if you don't like crop it out to only show the X-ray of the area of interest, then it's easy to miss things. It's miss like little fractures or something like that, because your eye does not focus on that center thing because there's other distractions. So I think that's kind of like an optimal thing, even with this, when you have a lot of things in the background, it's a lot harder. I mean, looking at this is a beautiful picture, by the way. The lighting is perfect, but this versus this, I mean, this really pops out. Like,
And there's nothing to say that you can't take that clear image and then use this second photo as one of your photos for your other images.
exactly. So this is your primary image, and then this is one showing what it would look like in your yard or whatever. That's
Yep.
exactly
And I like to hit every angles. Then you want to, okay, I'm going to give one of my biggest tips out that I shouldn't, but if you're watching right now, 25 minutes in, you're getting the good stuff. So what I do is I go around and I first things first. So look at some of these pictures. You see how on this slide right here, how it's cut off. You want to make sure that it's in focus. The image is in focus at all times, and then take a video, not a picture. Go from one side and pan and look at it and go all the way to the other side. And then what you can do is you save it. Then you go in the front. You go up and down a little bit. So now you're getting movements from going left to right and right to left, and then up and down. And then you don't have to do anything else. You don't need to take pictures. You don't have to do anything else unless you want to go. I think you should do an inside shot of the unit, but you only have to do that once. And then doing so, you can go ahead and take pictures from from that video. Just stop it and just screenshot it. And now you got a freaking high quality image from a video from almost any angle you want.
Would the quality still be high for you to take a picture?
Yeah, I do it all the time. I do it. All my images I've done that from.
Interesting.
So that's the cheat. So this way you don't even have to take pictures. You just take videos, and now you're making video content, and then you can make high quality images. And not only high quality images, you can take a whole bunch of unique images because they're slightly different angles, and Google can figure that out. So,
well, there you go. Definitely worth a shot. So this is good. Do you have another website we can take a look at?
Anybody else got any other websites? Whatever you want. All right, I guess we can pull mine up in the meantime.
Dude, when I did this, I got like 80 website requests. What's your website?
You also had like 110 views because you put it as a thing, like 110 or 20 viewers because you had you put it as an event and all that. I don't do all that. We got 20 people. Anybody got a website? So what we got here? Put just in case partyrentals.com. Let's just do this.
All right, just in case partyrentals.com. You ready for the burn?
Yeah, it's not bad.
All right. Love your pop-up, by the way. Okay, so same deal. We come here. We're looking for bounce house rentals. So, you definitely want to have that keyword, waterside rentals, bounce house rentals.
I have it in a little tab at the top, like Amazon.
Oh, rentals?
Yeah.
So bounce houses, that's good. Again, if you could have it like right here, bounce house rentals. This is good still, bouncers with slides. I mean, you can see it, but it's always good to use that keyword. So if we go to bounce house rentals, there you go. So you have the backgrounds there, right? I mean, at least they have all the same background, but I still do feel like it takes away from.
These ones aren't as good. I wait till you see my new one. It's a lot different. It's cleaner. Like there's just too much going on. It is distracting. I feel you.
What's your BC on site, man? Let's see it.
It's not ready.
It's ready. You're just.
FTAB will kill me. I'll get stabbed if I publicize it right now. That's one thing I didn't do though. I don't have my combos with my bounce house page, and I'm going to do that though.
Yeah. So if I'm looking for bounce house rentals and I go to your bounce houses and I'm looking for a bounce house with a slide, I'm not going to type in bounce house combo, right? I'm going to type in bounce house, and then I come here and I don't see any bounce houses with slides. I'm like, oh, he must not have any, right? Because I'm going to type in bounce house rentals.
Yeah.
So that's why it's important to combine them, because you can you can go ahead and see them together. And I have them in two categories. I have them in I have combos by themselves, bounce houses by themselves, and then I also have them combined. The bounce houses by themselves and the combos by themselves, I have those hidden. I'll only show those to customers when people are like, oh, your prices are too expensive. I'm like, don't worry, we have something in your budget. I just send them all the bounce houses.
Or you randomly link to it, your website probably too, some places, right?
Yeah, you can, exactly. But I try to just use that for, because again, they just want to see, and it makes it look like I have more inventory, and I do, right, when it combines it. But let's go in and look at one of these.
Don't go into this. Go into one that actually has content. No, I'm just kidding.
What has content? You got one picture? Come on, man.
I'm telling you, my site is garbage. I don't know. I don't even know how I did 165K this year. I literally have no idea how. If you go on the sections of my site, there's still like Latin writing. Like I have no landing pages for any of my cities yet for this site. Like I did not get pushed. I put my money into some of the wrong people. And I did as much as I could do. This is everything I did in the winter of last year, and I'm switching to BCN, so I haven't even done anything on here. But I already got so much better content on my BCN site. But the thing is, I didn't have time. As soon as the busy season started, I just stopped working on my website. And you know what I mean? Even if I have Latin writing in places, but it's like weird. So this is where I was talking to you earlier, how my priorities are like not straight when it comes to actually everything I'm doing on my website. Like you should do a checklist or like things like what you should optimize, like things you do on your website in order so you can like get everything done and just, you know what I mean? And check it off, because that's one of the things that I like. Okay, go to my colorful bounce house and slide.
What do you mean? I did a whole webinar about it. That's what was
No, you did a webinar on what you should be doing for your marketing. I'm talking about on your website specifically.
I did one last week. I did the website.
Get all your products in. You didn't do a web. Yeah, you did a website like on, yeah, but I'm talking about like in order. Like of importance, like, you know what I mean? Just don't like. I'll show you exactly what I mean. Go to bounce house and slides.
Well, let me just say, you made 165K your first year, dude. I didn't make that to like 3 years in, so good job, man. That's great.
I know I did it with a trash website. I can't wait till this year. It's gonna be nuts. All right, that one right there. Click on that one. Like I got pages like this with video and stuff, but I got like pages with no content still. But I got videos on certain pages. Like my priorities are not straight.
Yeah. I mean, again, there's different things you got to look at. There's really two things. There's content that you build for ranking on Google, and then there's content that you build to convert people to get them to book. So you just have to kind of know. You have to know a little bit about both. My main thing has always been, before I worry about getting more people to my website, let me make sure my website is optimized to get people to book with me, to open their wallets.
Yep.
And again, the main thing is here, if my only option is add to cart, and I just got to your website, I don't even know you, man. Your website looks like Amazon, but you're not Amazon, right? I don't trust you. Stuff's not going to be in front of my door in 2 days. There's no Amazon Prime, right? I have so many questions, and this is my only option. And that's why I really like BCN and having that second option right here. Check availability gives me an out, right?
I agree with that.
There's a study that showed that if you give people exactly what they want right away, they're going to back out. Like there's people where, like, if you're looking for a shoe and they knew what shoe or what product these people wanted to buy ahead of time. So when they clicked on the shoes section, it took them exactly to the shoe that they wanted to buy anyways. But because it forced it on them, it took them exactly there. They didn't buy it. It's weird. Even though that's the shoe that they wanted, that's a product, that's exact product they were looking for. They felt that, is this the only option? Like, why is this the only option? They felt cornered, they felt pressured, so they didn't buy it. Versus if you put that same shoe amongst a few other shoes, they're going to go ahead and pick it and then buy it because that's what they want. They just want to see choices.
I like what you were saying the other day too, like how if you were like to run ads and hit pixels on everything, like if you're paying for TikTok, Google, YouTube, and Facebook, when they land your website and suddenly they go to all those places and they're seeing just you, like they're gonna get sketched the frick out. Like they're gonna, you know what I mean? Like they're gonna be like, yo, like I'm being stalked right now. Like, so I remember, like that was an interesting concept too. I remember you were bringing that up. Like you almost like face like those it won't, you don't have to worry about it because it's not gonna let it happen. But like I'm thinking in my head, I want to set all this up so I can do exactly that. You know what I mean? Because that's, you know what I mean. That's how the carny in me is raised. But yeah, no, it's not like Google doesn't want you to do that really, so it makes sense. You're just kind of hitting everybody whoever first and stuff like that, and it's a lot more fluid. This stuff is a lot more fluid than what it seems, and it's a lot like people try and make it rigid. One of the reasons I couldn't get my site done last summer, even if I wanted to, or winter, even if I wanted to, because I didn't have enough information. Like this BCN site, I'm flying through it. I've only been able to work on it for 19 days, and I've spent time like doing other stuff too. I haven't even been working on it every single day, but the time I have been putting on it, like it's all quality time. I find that after like 3 years into this business and messing around with some of this stuff, I'm not doing things like I'm not working over myself. I only have to do things once. I'm not like going in there, putting all kinds of crappy photos in there and then deleting them and going back and rechanging them. I'm doing it all right from the beginning. And it took me a long time to get there, but that's like, I'm just hoping like these videos help you guys do the same thing. Cause I had nobody explaining to me. Everybody that was trying to explain to me was mainly trying to push something.
Selling is an art. You just have to. The pushy salesman doesn't get it. So you got to learn to start slow and get these people just to feel comfortable with you before you ask for their money. So it's okay that you're not going too fast. That's all right. It's better to go slow and get it done right than to rush into something and scare these people away. So I think you'll be good.
Yeah, I have no fear. I'm excited. What other stuff can we roast about my website?
Honestly, that's my biggest thing. There's a lot you could look at as far as SEO, as far as this or that, but this is the main thing. I always say your website is like a cup and it's leaking. 95% of, out of every 100 people who visit your site, only 1 or 2 actually book with you. So you got to patch that leak. That's the main thing. And, this is a big thing, having call to actions. Like I always tell you, when they arrive on your website right away, you want to build trust. You're hitting them with a bunch of products is great, right? They see all this cool stuff, but you got to remember, yours is not the only website that they've been on. They've been on a few other websites, and a lot of them look the same. Even their names are very similar. I mean, you have a very cool name, Just In Case Party Rentals. Your logo stands out. Most of us, our logo is just a bounce house with a name that has the word bounce house in it, right? So it's very easy for people to just kind of drown between all the different websites. But
I really, really didn't want a tent or a bounce house in my logo for that reason.
No, that's great. What you have is great. But when they arrive on your site, really what you want to hit them with first is let them know that they're in the right place by using those keywords, right? If they typed in bounce house rentals or water slide rentals to get to your site, you want to have that big H1 right there when they get there. Let them know, hey, we offer bounce house rentals to the Buffalo area. Boom. That's it. Like, I'm home. I know that I'm not on Costco.com somewhere trying to buy a bounce house. I'm here to rent a bounce house. We rent bounce houses and we deliver and set up to Buffalo family. Something like that. I feel like, wow, I'm in the right place. Then right under that, why should I trust you? That's, I know I'm in the right place. I know you have what I want, but why should I choose you versus the other 6 guys that I just visited their websites? And that's where you want to get me with those trust factors.
Yep.
Show off your reviews. So many people, and I bet you have reviews here, but you bury them all the way at the bottom, right? Like, why? You bury them down here where nobody's going to see it. You want those reviews up here. You want them at the top to show people, check out all these other families just like you who booked with me and had a good experience. If you did business with big, big companies or like sports teams or anything big, like, you want to have those up at the top. You want to let people know that you're the one, this is it. Because guess what? Most people they never make it down here. So your map, your reviews, your big companies, your trust factors, you want to, that's called front loading your trust factors. You want to have it up high so that by the time they scroll down and see what they're looking for, those inflatables, they're like sick of seeing how great you are, right? Like, okay, we get it. You're awesome. So when they see your inflatables and when they see your price, they're like, oh, okay, I mean, he's worth it, right? It's psychologically letting them know that you don't need to go anywhere else. This is the company that you want to book with. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
So that's really a big thing. Again, this is all great, just showing off a bunch of stuff, but it can, people can also get overwhelmed and again, it all tends to mesh together. But overall, I mean, most of our websites, they do the job. You just have to have a funnel on there that gets their information so that you could follow up and close the sale later on. Because again,
I like that tent funnel you made for me.
Oh yeah, that one, that's very effective. I wish I had more tent companies to use that, but we're stuck in our ways.
I think it's really smart to do that. Honestly, it makes sense. Like it's just like my whole goal this year is answer the phones and answer Event Hawk and do sales. That's my main goal. I don't want to be doing. I shouldn't have to be doing deliveries. I think like if I want to be able to push 250 this year is what I want to do, then I'm gonna have to do that a little bit of extra like sales work, pushing to a higher stuff. I can't be beat and in the truck on a delivery saying I'll call you back later. I need to answer right. But if like I don't know you, I think you've seen me on the phone and sell and stuff like that. When I'm ready to sell, like it's over. Like it's you know what I mean. It's done. You're done. You know what I mean. Give me all your money. Don't let me see how much money's in that wallet because it's all mine. Like seriously, it's aggressive with the sales. But if I don't feel like selling, it's over. Nothing's getting done.
You know, that's a really good point, and that's where it comes down to. There are things that you should delegate, and there are things that you shouldn't. And it's hard as a business owner. A lot of times we're in the thought process of let me save as much money as I can. But in a lot of ways, if you spend a little bit of money to delegate that job out, then you can really make a lot more money because there are things you just can't delegate, like sales. You could hire a salesperson, but from my experience, nobody sells like you. You're the business owner. You sell better than anybody. And if you can be the salesperson, you're going to do a lot better. Now, Event Hawk has changed that for us forever because for a while I had 3 salespeople working for me, and it was the hardest thing in the world was for me to sit there and listen to them talk to my customers on the phone.
Yeah,
it drove me nuts, man. That's not how you say that. You know, that's not how you sell. But with Event Hawk, you can create templates, and anybody who can read English can now sell exactly how I can sell because now you're selling via text message. So I create a template where if they say how much does it cost, you send this template, and they say it exactly how Tariq would say it. And if they say is this date available, they say it exactly like this. It's all sales worded. That's really helped because up until that, man, it was so stressful sitting in my warehouse listening to girls.
My goal is to build that up as fast as I can, my templates this summer, so that I want to be able to, like, I know how to use Event Hawk, but I don't use Event Hawk the way I should. Like, I don't tag people. Like there's a few things I need to start doing, and that's one of my biggest goals is to use it as the CRM that it really is, that has built into it, besides having like all these other factors coming from, like, it's all coming from one place. So now it has a CRM, but it's taking all my messages from Facebook. It's taking all my messages from my emails. And I don't think I saw something yesterday too that you said you can, like, you get Google requests too. I don't think I had that set up. So remind me when these days. I'm gonna remember too, but I want to definitely get that set up too, where I can be getting messages right off my Google My Business, because I don't think I am right now.
Yeah, it's kind of frustrating for me to see people not use all the stuff that I built into Event Hawk. Templates being the biggest one because they're there.
Yeah.
Like I took a lot of trial and error testing out all this stuff.
I go even crazier with the templates, whereas in like how to use a snow cone machine. Then I could send them have a template that has a video link directly in it, so that I can send it to them. So now they have a video, like I can explain to you, and then you're gonna be like, okay, hold on 1 second, let me see if it works. Or I could just send you the video explaining to you. You can learn at your own pace, and I don't have to wait on anything or be on the phone. That's not a sales call.
It makes life a lot easier. You're right. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot you can do with this. This is really the time to do all that. You know, you have the time in the off season, but unfortunately, it's like every year there is no off season more and more.
If I'm only worrying about sales, I can do that during the season. If I'm only worrying about sales and logistics and stuff like that, like logistics doesn't take me really any time. I'm really fast with that, actually. It's from years of doing this, and I feel like I get these there's like most of the time I don't load until like the morning of.
Oh God. I guess if everybody shows up and if the truck works, you're good. But
Like if I told you that I think I preloaded maybe less than 5 times the whole season.
it's scary to preload, man. Somebody could come grab your stuff. So I get it.
Well, it's not that. It's just most of the time I'm just the things fill from pickups, and I don't want to have them emptied all out. You know what I mean? And then sometimes, like, if you simplify things, your life will be easier. I had so for them like tables. I only have 2 different styles of tables. So now, literally, what you call it? They I you know what I mean. So say I had 10 tables going out there that day, but I picked up 8 yesterday. I just put 2 on. Or there's 12 on there, so now I only have to take 2 off. The same bounce house is going out from the day before. Like if I have somebody just unload the whole trailer and put everything back in, technically they're working more.
Yeah.
So this is one of the reasons that I do it the way that I'm doing. If there was multiple trucks, if you're loading if there was like the 2 trucks, you could probably still do the same thing. 3 trucks or more, I would say you have to take everything out because a lot of times this is supposed to be on that truck. This isn't going out that way. This one's supposed to be going this way. So everything needs to come off and go back on.
Yeah, it's definitely an art. Definitely.
But if you're at 3 trucks, then you most likely have a crazy amount of people, and you have a crazy amount of inventory going out and stuff like that. And it's a little, you know what I mean? You have the time and the money to have somebody just load trucks that their whole job is to sit at the warehouse and they just load trucks. But you usually don't get there until over 2 trucks.
Yeah, we load the morning up for the most part, but we end up leaving a lot of stuff overnight, so we deliver a lot of stuff the day before. So it works out where we have some time. But we also, one thing we did with an inflatable office is we don't allow them to have their party start before noon at the earliest, unless.
Yeah, that's what I got. I'm figuring out this year. I don't know if I want to do I think I want to do so it's weird. You do 4-hour rentals?
We do 4 to 6, but sometimes we'll leave it overnight, whatever's convenient.
Everybody markets at 8 hours here. And so when they go in there and they want to party for, you know what I mean? So they're always going to be booking for 8 hours. And if I set it for 11, it's going to go to 11 to 7 or 12 to 8 every single day. That's the only 2 times people are going to pick because they're going to want the full 8 hours, or they're going to choose the overnight with it. Because I'm not picking up past 8 o'clock anymore. And then at a certain point, I'm not picking up past 7. So do you see where I'm at? You know what I mean? It's kind of weird.
If everybody's doing 8 hours, then that kind of puts you in a situation where you kind of have to do the same. But
everybody's doing 8 hours. I don't think there's one company in Buffalo that isn't doing 8 hours. So it's either 8 hours or overnights. And that means I can only let them choose between 11 and 7 or 12 and 8. That's it.
Yeah.
Or overnight. And then most of the time I'm leaving that thing overnight anyways. And this year I don't think I didn't deliver anything a day early. It was all the day of. I pick up a day late, but I didn't set up anything a day early, which is crazy.
Yeah, I mean
I'm not doing that this year. I'm setting up early this year, dude.
So what we do is we deliver we do all of our tents Thursday, Friday, and then our inflatables. What we do is we look at the route, and anybody who's the people who are far, who are all by themselves, they're not close to other bookings, we do those a day early, and we don't charge it. We just say, hey, great news, we're going to actually give you a free day, and they're just ecstatic. We don't charge it.
It says in my rental I can deliver early too. Up to a day early.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that works. I mean, for us, we leave it as sometimes they do have a press, sometimes they're no, but every once in a while. But usually they're really ecstatic that we delivered a day early. But
yeah, I just call them.
We deliver the farther ones early, and the ones that are close, we do those all back to back on a Saturday. Because the last thing I need is to have any kind of problem on a Saturday. If your event's on a Saturday, I want you to be close by so that if there's a problem, I find out. And you're close. If you're far away and there's a problem with the blower or so you don't like something, we like to do it a day early so that we have time, right? You don't want to have to just ruin your whole Saturday and have a ton of pissed off customers. that's how we decided to do it. And same thing with picking up a day late, but yeah, 8 hours is kind of tough. That's
We
tough.
got another person. You want to do one more website before we go?
Yeah, let's do it.
Landspartyrentals.com.
Hey, Sydney. Sydney's fresh. Sydney's new to the industry. She's kicking butt, man.
Let's go. I love it. I love seeing like new people get in and just like kill it.
You know
Like,
what? Sydney and I, we talked, and it's really, I'm jealous of people like Sydney who start out doing it right, honestly, because it took me like 3 years to get a website or a booking software that's actually like, I tried to do it myself for a while, because I didn't want to spend the money, and I didn't know that, I just did it wrong. So I'm very, very proud when I see people that invest in their business and they're not too cheap and they don't make all the same mistakes we made. So let me do this here. Not able to. All right. So do you guys see my screen now?
Yep. Now we can.
All right.
It's just the Zooms. Oh, there we go.
There you go. All right. I'm sorry. What was that link again? Lands Party Rentals or something?
Yep. Landspartyrentals.com. When this is over too, I'll tell you what I'm pretty sure I got a name for my new rental company for my IO site.
Rental company. Oh man.
For the quote site.
This is the website here. So you offer inflatables. So again, we're going to assume that we're a customer, and I'm coming on here. The most common search term is bounce house rentals. So I type in bounce house rentals. I come to your website, and I see bounce houses right here. I see bounce houses right here. So right off the bat, that's really good. You want to have very clear what it is that you do. Home of the Mighty Bobcats. I feel like this is probably something personal, or I don't know if there's an event going on, but this is might be a little misleading. Like, you may be supporting some kind of thing going on, but I feel like right off the bat, you need to tell people what you do.
Bounce houses of the Mighty Bobcats.
Well, again, you don't want to do that either. You don't want to use like smart lingo. You just want to say, we deliver bounce house rentals to Refugio, Texas and surrounding areas. Boom, that's it. You're telling me that you offer bounce house rentals, you're telling me you serve my city, and you tell me that you deliver. Because how many times do we get people call and say, hey, do you deliver or do I got to pick it up, right? So when you answer those 3 questions right there, you deliver, you service their area, and you offer bounce house rentals. Right off the bat, I've got a lot more content.
Is that a picture though, or is that like text? I can't tell.
It's it looks like it's a slider, but I don't see how it's
that's the only reason I was saying, because it doesn't matter what the text in there really is, as far as like H1 tagging and stuff. But as far as like readability, it definitely could be like a school website or something.
It looks like a school website, honestly. That's what I thought. So you just, again, this may feel a little confusing. Like, is this a community center? Is this a school? Just, you want to make it clear, we deliver bounce house rentals to the refugee.
Maybe even like a bobcat bouncing in a bounce house might be able to, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, again, this may be like it may be something that's meaningful to you, but for the average person, they may not know what this means, and this may make them feel like, I'm at a school website or something. So, but let's move on. So I go to your bounce houses, and I see here you have your availability. So again, you have the background here. It's not white, but at least they all have the same background, so it's a little bit more uniform. It's, again, I do feel that it does look a little bit cleaner when they're white. I don't know if somebody did this for you. I don't want to piss anybody off, but again, like I was showing you guys, it does look cleaner when it's white. I bought this one. This one is sitting in my warehouse. We haven't opened it. I have a bet that it's not going to do well, unfortunately.
Dude, every chance you get, you talk crap about that llama.
Well, I didn't want to buy it, honestly, because I'm like, who's gonna rent a llama?
I honestly think it's like, I am a grown man, and I play Fortnite.
I love Fortnite, dude.
And I love llamas, and that doesn't say Fortnite llama to me. It says
okay.
If you were in like Arizona, like if you had like a big Mexican, like Buffalo, there's not a giant like Hispanic community here, really. There's really not. So like this wouldn't really, but if like in Arizona or Texas, I think this would go out like crazy. So you know what I mean? Chicago, there's a pretty decent Hispanic community in Chicago, but you're in the outskirts, so I don't know where your area is. So I think this will definitely go out in Chicago. That's why I have to disagree with you.
I mean, it looks really nice. I just don't feel like a kid would come to their parents and say, "Hey, I want to have a llama themed birthday party." Well,
This is for the like a Spanish party, man. Like this is gonna be a hit for sure.
Maybe, yeah. I hope you're right because I spent like $3,000 on this thing or more.
Yeah, your area, I think it'll do great, dude. My area, I just don't. You know what I mean? They're really
it's
like
beautiful.
There's a lot of Puerto Ricans in Buffalo. That's it.
It's gorgeous. I mean, the colors, the design, it's very original. I love it. I like it a lot. I think
there's no pupuserias here. There's like, you know what I mean? There's only like one. The best taco place in Buffalo is owned by a white dude, and like it's not. You know what I mean? It sucks. So
they said it sucks. So
no, it's good, but I'm just saying it's not. It sucks that I can't have a llama combo.
I see. I got you. So sorry to get off topic. Didn't mean to again, I bought one. So I hope it does well. But no, it's really, really great. So here, I like this. I wanna get more info on this, but I don't know why, but you don't have any call to actions. I don't know if let's look at another product, but there's nowhere for me to book.
Yeah, that's weird.
Get here, I have click to Zoom or share on Facebook. Those are my only options here. So I would definitely get that looked at. I don't know if it's something that you turned off. Let's look at another one. Maybe it's just that one. Okay.
I'm looking at mine right now to see what it's supposed to look like.
It might be just that one. Yep. So here we go. So this is a great example. Again, I would say having all the white backgrounds as your main image and then having all these other ones as your side images, that would be better. It would just look cleaner. But beyond that, I get to your website here. And so with your website, Justin, and the other website we looked at, make reservation was the only option. If I'm not ready to make a reservation, I'm going to leave. But what I like here is that you give me an option to check availability. So anytime you give somebody two choices, they're compelled to pick the one that's easier. So I'm going to pick check availability, okay, because it's a small commitment. The other one says, give me your credit card number. This one says, give me your date. So I'm going to pick this Saturday. Congratulations, this is available. Select your delivery postcode to see what your total price is going to be. So looks like search for delivery. Do I need to put in my address here or my zip code? Okay, I'm not 100% sure about this. So this could be a little confusing. Honestly, I'm just going through it. So do I type in like an address, like?
Yeah, that's what you need. I don't know what the hell to put in there. Probably.
Well, honestly, one of the features I like about a lot of BCN websites is they list the cities that you deliver to. So what's a BCN website that, who were we on the other day?
Do the Happy Balance one?
Playtime Party Rentals. I'll use Siacha. Okay. And if you're watching it, Siacha, I know you messaged me today. I haven't got a time. I haven't had a chance to message you. Like, how dare you use my website and you ignore my message? So, okay, so this is a BCN website here. Let's go to water slide combos or bounce house rentals. And I picked this one here. So check availability. And I picked the date. And it says it's available. And then it says pick your city. I really like this, honestly. I don't have this on my website, but I like this because if I see my city on here, I'm going to feel really good. Like, oh, thank God they delivered in my city. You know, so I like
is there an option where like you can like there's a bunch of places that call me that I don't deliver to. Like I know it probably like makes somebody mad, but is there a way like say like they're in Rochester and they click Rochester and it just pulls up straight up like we don't deliver to your area. Like I'm okay with that.
That's what I do on my website. I have a radius. So with my website, you have to put your zip code, and if it's within like 15 miles, it'll give you a price. If it's within if it's 20 miles away, it gives you a ridiculously high price. Anything farther than 20 miles, it says we don't deliver. I mean that's okay. You know, it's not inside your delivery area. But this is the only problem I have with this is there's no other. But hey, if these are the only cities you deliver to, then you're not going to get bothered by anybody who's not in one of these cities, right? So I would say this is one of my favorite features about BCN is that you can pick a city, and I feel like you're missing that.
What people do is for me is they just because I'm in Buffalo, New York, like if they're not physically listed or anything, they just put Buffalo, even though they're like an hour away.
Well, You're going to need their address eventually. But yeah, so I would say that between this call to action, pick a city, and this call to action, enter your, what does it say? Search for delivery location. I think this is a little. It's not only confusing, but it's more work. People are lazy, so I'm gonna say I don't know. Was it Refugio, Texas? It's like okay, so you have it in here. You have the same deal. I just had to search for it first. So I think you're missing out by putting this in here. So I would reach out to BCN and say, hey, can I have this kind of setup? It's just a little bit smoother.
Sharky's Inflatable has one too.
Yeah, so I mean, you pick the city, and then it's asking for your address. This is a little weird because, and this might be a UK thing, but the address, this is not like, what do I put here? What do I put here? So if we look here, after I pick the city,
box.
I don't know what it is, honestly. It looks like phone number, like area code and phone number. So I would get this to match more like this. So you could write down this website, Playtime Party Rentals, and say, I want to have a similar checkout process to them.
Yeah, they're both BCN.
Yeah, they're both BCN, exactly. So yeah, it shouldn't be bad at all. So after you pick your city, I had to enter my address right away, and it kind of seems weird. Like I'm not sure. Like I'm guessing I put in here like 111.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here because then you put that information in at the top, then you got the drop down menu that picks your exact thing.
Yeah, a little confusing, but it's an easy fix because obviously they have it. After you put in your address, you just go in and then you slowly start to put in, like this is how the address, this makes more sense. What's your name, address, town, zip code versus this kind of looks a little weird. So it might just be, just an option that you have to select. So I'd get that fixed. So yeah, it takes you there. It looks like you just have an extra step that most people don't have. You don't have any upsells. I love that. That's really, really great. So many people have a bunch of upsells here where they try to upsell and you just confuse people, you distract people. So I like that this defaults to no, because if I got this far, then I'm ready to pay you. Don't distract me, collect my money. So I think you have a really good setup here. It's very clean, straight to the point. I would just say the biggest hiccup is here. You're gonna get a lot of people come this far and they're gonna get stuck. So I would get this switched over to something like this. And I think you'll do a lot better.
That's one thing you didn't mention yesterday. You didn't mention hot maps or anything yesterday.
Heat map, yeah.
Yeah, heat maps.
So yeah, it's not really SEO related. It's more.
But it was when you're talking about bounce rate. I think I'm talking about not yesterday. I watched both of them today. The website one.
I did mention Clarity, so I would recommend Clarity. It's a free like Hotjar one. It allows you to watch people what they do on your website. So clarity.com, it's a Microsoft product. Definitely recommend you guys use that.
You'll literally see them come over here and then type in a bunch of weird stuff or play around with that thing and then bounce.
Yeah.
So you'll know if Tariq's, if what he was just talking about right there is you know what I mean? We know what we're talking about, but you'll see it happen.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, let's get off this website here. Other than that, BCN websites are pretty straightforward. You have already all those. You have the pop-up. So if I click here, you're going to get my information, and then you're going to text me. So that's really good. I would just say fix that, and then I know you have a brand new website, so you definitely have to run Google Ads. And this is an area where I'm sorry, I know it sounds like I'm trying to sell you something that I do, but when you're a brand new website, relying on SEO is very, very slow. So I'm going to do this real quick. And since we don't have a lot of people watching.
You're in Texas. There's a whole bunch of people in Texas.
Yeah, exactly.
Texas is like ridiculous for party rentals.
Let me show you how many people are searching for bounce house rentals in your area right now that you can target. And because you're a brand new business, there are companies that have been around for 20 years. You don't have a chance competing with them on SEO for a while, right? But if you take your fight over to Google Ads, you just pay a couple bucks per click or $1 per click, whatever, and you'll get up there very, very fast. So let me show you Keyword Planner here. So I'm going to go bounce house rentals in Refugio, Texas. So let's look That's a small county. Let's see what's near there. Probably don't go to like, so it's near Corpus Christi. Let's just see this here. I don't know how much we'll get. Okay, so you have, this is kind of like how many people are searching, and it looks like it's actually going up in December. So you still have, it's showing 60 people per month, but I'm pretty sure that's, again, that's just only because we're looking at just Refugio. You said surrounding cities. If we look at, I don't know, like the Corpus Christi area, that's far. All right, so you have, there you go. That's more like it. So you have a, on average, right now, this time of year, you have 1,200 people per month looking for bounce house rentals in the Corpus Christi area. Okay, 1,200. So if you're going to wait for you to show up on SEO, it's going to take you a while. But like I always say, if I'm searching for bounce house rentals, this is what I'm going to see. And if you're not running ads, you're just waiting for your business to show up here or here. If you run ads, you can show up all the way up here as soon as tomorrow, and you'll start to get some serious traffic almost immediately. So that's what you want to do. You want to really run ads for when people search for bounce house rentals in the Corpus Christi area, and that's the cool part, is you can really select the area. In the Refugio, Texas area, your listing shows up first. And it's really going to make a big difference, because you don't have that right now. You're a brand new website. It's going to take a long time for you to rank against those websites that have been there for a while. So if you're interested in Google Ads, just message me or just comments on here. We have really, really great rates on that, because we spend on average, or we manage about almost 100,000 per, like 80, 90,000 per month on Google Ads per month for party rentals. So we help companies get traffic with. We're really good at Google Ads, and yes, it costs you money, but you spend $200, $300 today, it's going to get you 10 bookings easy, right? In a very short amount of time. There you go. You just made $3,000, $4,000. So it happens very, very fast, but you just have to be willing to invest in Google Ads so that you can show up all the way up here, because Google is not a charity, right? Google, we all want to be on Google because it's free. We want to be on Facebook because it's free, but Google is not a billion-dollar company because they do free stuff. They're smart. Google has a funnel, right? They give you these free listings, but they say, hey, if you want to show up all the way at the tippy top, you got to pay per click. And we can help you pay very, very little and get really, really good results. So definitely.
Yeah, I gotta light up my tent rental, my tent ads, and my bounce house ads for events and everything here, like probably this week, because I'm starting to get them phone calls already.
This is the time, man. Those big festivals and those big schools, they look now. They don't look last minute, right? So this is the time when you want to get your listing up there. So this has been great. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Justin, for the opportunity.
Where can they find you? EventHawk360.com.
EventHawk360.com. Yes, sir. We got most of the stuff on there is actually free right now, man. You go to EventHawk360. You can learn about marketing. You can get freebies. We have our party rental. I got to link this to. We have our party rental success kit. I need to link to here. What is that? Let's see. Hawk360.com/ Yep. So I got my party rental success kit. You get marketing courses, resources, helpful documents. I'll link that. I keep forgetting to link that up here on the main site. But we have the Google Ads information, Facebook Ads information, SEO information, and we have a blog here where we have a ton of free resources where you can really just learn about the industry, learn about party rental marketing, learn how to get ready for the season, learn how to get more school events, learn how to get cash to grow your inventory. We just have tons of articles on here, just a ton of free stuff that you guys can really optimize on. And if you guys are interested in any of our marketing services, we the best. So get on there, check out our reviews. You can see why we're chosen. We have tons of, oh man, I'm not supposed to be on the news feed. So this supposed to link to our Facebook page with all of our reviews that you guys can find, and you'll see why we're good at what we do. And that's pretty much it. EventHawk360.com. We'll go back, put that up here one more time. Love to help you guys out with any marketing stuff that you guys need. There you go. See, trust factors. All the companies we help.
Your Event Hawk site's better than your Party Rental site.
My Party Rental site sucks, man. Yeah, it's pretty bad. But see, like this right here is a perfect example. We know that it costs money to market. We know that people are hesitant. So right off the bat, we let them know that we've had our articles featured on news stations. We let them know that we're a Google partner, that we're a IAPA member, that we have 50 plus years of experience among our team, 5-star company. Look at all the party rental companies that we've helped. Look at some of our big clients.
Is there a little dash in Buffalo?
Where at?
Go back up to that map. I want to see if there's a little.
Oh. This map's out there. It's probably double by now. This is
one in Buffalo.
It's there. It's there somewhere.
I think it's right there. You know where Buffalo is? You're pointing to like New York City.
You got somewhere.
I'm messing with you. Dude.
Come on, man. So we show off all of our reviews. So this is what you want to do. Like, by the time you get to my services here, by the time you get to where you got to actually, pick something, you've already seen all of my reviews. You've seen some of the companies I've helped. You've seen how many different companies we've helped across the country, all of our 5-star reviews. We're Google partners. So that's what you kind of want to do on your website. Just overwhelm people with these trust factors. You're going to look crazy because all of a sudden your website's not going to look like any other website, but that's a good thing. That's a really good thing because too many of our websites look the same.
Got Foam Daddy up there too.
Yeah, Foam Daddy uses Event Hawk. Most people don't know. They're doing pretty good with that.
Hey, that's what's up.
Yes, sir.
So, all right, there's a couple people that wanted us to do website reviews. We're not going to be able to get to them this week, but Tariq is going to probably be doing this every Wednesday, or who knows what day. We haven't figured out an exact schedule for it yet. We're trying to hit up Wednesday websites because it's got some W's in there. So we'll figure out an exact time so we can kind of keep the consistency going and keep everything going for you guys. I'm going to continue doing my stuff on Wednesdays. Event Hawks can still continue kicking butt. And we're just going to be coming out here and growing this community bigger and bigger than ever. Everybody, I like the stuff that we have in store for everybody, like that I got going on, that you got going on, like one day at a time. Like there's a lot of people changing this industry for the better, and we're making safer for everybody. The manufacturers are making it safer for everybody, and just better educated, better maybe the turnover. Maybe we can actually change the turnover rate of this industry. It won't be as high, and there'll be a lot more companies providing quality rental services. So,
well, I'm going to take this as an opportunity to announce that I'm going to go on a journey of, again, after many, many failed years, trying to hire a manager to run my party rental company. I try every year, and every year I fail. This year, I have a good feeling. I'm going to put a lot of money up front to somebody to run my company, and it's a very profitable company. We run it really well. So follow my journey and laugh at me at the end of the year when it doesn't work. But
I'm a veteran.
I did that, and it sucked. I had a veteran run it, and no, I hope he's not watching right now, but he knew too much. He had all the answers and didn't want to do anything the new way. He wanted to do everything the old way. So that didn't work out either. But
no, at the end of the day, he's a manager, but you're the boss.
Yeah, but that's the whole idea. I want to incentivize somebody to run my company, and the less they bother me, the more they get paid. That's the incentive.
I feel like I need to come up with the practices and the positions, and they need to be as clearly established, and then they need to fill them. So, the amount of thinking that they have to do is to a minimum. Like problem solving, I think is different, but I think having the procedures, this is what I want done, and in this order, you do it like this, and then handing that to a veteran, they're going to be able to implement that. There's veterans that have been kicked out of the Army. You know what I mean? I don't know who you hired or whatever, but every
hold on. I thought when you said veteran, I thought you meant a veteran who owned a party rental company.
No.
Okay, because that's what I actually had somebody who used to own a party rental company, and they sold it or retired. And they didn't. No, you're talking about Army veteran. Yeah, that's a different story.
No, think about it. Military veterans are trained to basically pack things up for deployment, deploy it, and then repacking it up and bring it back.
I never thought about it that way. Interesting.
like it's yeah, no, seriously, that's basically what I'm getting. Like that, and if you need on-call people, stagehands are great too. Stagehands are also good at packing things up and like unpacking and packing things and setting things up. That's what stagehands do for a living. So, but they are also on call. So, say you have like the stagehands are great for like events. So, like I'm in the stagehand union. If anybody doesn't know, I'm an actual part of IATSE. So, if I have a giant event and I need a whole bunch of people, I can like you can ask them and they're used to saying no. If I get called to go do a concert tomorrow, I could tell them no. Like it's the culture.
I mean, it sounds like you got it all figured out. So
No, I don't have nothing.
Hey,
I didn't have any labor shortages this year.
teach us, man. Teach us, because that's what This year, I'm gonna try to go the corporate route. I'm gonna try ZipRecruiter. I'm gonna try actually finding somebody who has experience with corporate to make my company more corporate, to make it more processes. If they're a veteran, great. I just don't want to look on Indeed or on Facebook.
You have to come up with the processes. They'll implement them though to a T. They'll follow direction, and then you know what I mean. And they're good at consistency and remembering things. Like I feel like the hardest part of this business is like, okay, that item has like I have my main guy, my manager drives me nuts, dude. Like even through the whole season, how many steaks does this need? I'm like, dude, I only use 7 steaks on every water slide I own. Every single one. And every single time he asks me all the time. He's randomly putting extra steaks. And it's just he doesn't think like it's not him. He's dude, fix my truck, fix anything I need, does everything right, drives great, can do everything. But when it comes to like remembering all the small little parts and pieces, he's not the best at that. So what am I doing this year? I'm making sure everything is written down on load sheets. When I give it to him, it'll tell every single item will tell you how exactly every single thing that it needs. And he's one of those things that'll triple check the truck to make sure the right numbers are on there. And so you know what I mean? Even if you find somebody, I found a manager for my warehouse, and he's still going to have his flaws, and I'm just finding processes to kind of like help it along. That's my thought process. I don't know. For all I know, my whole company could burn down this year.
That's the thing, man. We all have our opinions, but until it works, I guess we'll never know. So
it worked this year, though. I can't believe I did 165K with one truck.
Amazing, man.
And another guy. But this year, I'm trying to have him. Now I want to make 250, not leave the warehouse, and send them all out and do this. So who knows? I'm risky, but I'm eating away your time with your family. Thank you everybody for watching. I appreciate you guys so much, and just thank you for being part of the Party Rental community.
Thank you guys. Really great. Let's do this again next week. Be fun.
Have a good one. Bye.